Okay, custom fields. Custom fields, as we talked about earlier, give you the ability to add extra fields on tasks. So you can add extra information to each task to suit your particular use case. Now, custom fields can be added at any level, list, folder, space, or even everything. And what that will do is on every task within that location, it will add an extra field to enter that data. So you can see which custom fields a location has by going to the 3 dots beside it and going to custom fields. We can see here there's 4 custom fields and they're all on this particular list. If they're at a higher level on a folder, it would say that instead. And we can hit new custom field. Or if we've already created it elsewhere, we can say using an existing custom field. In this case, I don't have any, but it's highly recommended to reuse the same ones. Otherwise, if you create a new one, then you basically have duplicate fields. And when you go to report on it, it's like reporting on 2 separate things rather than the same field in 2 locations. So we always want to reuse existing fields if we're just trying to add that same field to more places. So for now, we'll go new custom field. And here we can see all the different types of custom fields we can have. So some really common ones are Dropdown, where on each task, you can choose one of the options that you've entered in. Text field, again, very simple. You enter a text value on each task. Number, same thing, but with a number. Money, very similar to number, but with a $ in front of it. If you are doing tasks as kind of like contacts, you might have an email and a phone number for each one of those tasks. Date is really good if you need extra dates beyond the start and due date. Labels is interesting. It's very similar to tags. So this is, you can pre-select what your options will be. So let's say pro bono, tier 3, whatever. And you can add multiple of these to any one task. So whereas with Dropdown, you can only add 1 value per task, you can add multiple labels per task, which is very similar to how tags work. The difference is that when you add a tag, it kind of pops up over here. And that tag will then be across the entire space. So if I go to any other task, I'll be able to see it. And you kind of can't hide this. It's always there unless you actually remove the tag. Whereas a labels custom field, you can kind of show and hide it quite easily. Auto progress will just show you how many of the subtasks and checklist items and also assigned comments have been completed on that task and give you a percentage. Checkbox, simple yes or no, ticked or not ticked. Text area we've talked about. Long text area just gives you more space. So it'll give you a whole box rather than just a simple entry field. Files allows you to attach files, but the custom field will have a specific name. So you might attach some files to the general attachment area, but then attach perhaps like a contract to the contract custom field. That way you can kind of separate it out from the rest of the files, see it on the list view, and give it a name. Formula will do a calculation from other number and date fields. Location lets you enter in an address. Pretty good for deliveries or any work that needs to be done in a certain place. Talked about money and number. People allows you to add an extra assignee. It's not linked in with the notification system yet, but it is useful to have to see perhaps who is the owner of this task or who's going to do X piece of work on it. Progress manual gives you a value between 0 and 100, where you can change it, and you can manually set that. So really good for showing how much progress is done on a task. Say this task is 30% done, or just showing any sort of value between a set range. Rating allows you to select an emoji, most often star, but also other things, and then rate it out of how many. So each task can be rated out of 5 for how efficiently it was done, or how high quality the lead is, etc., etc. Relationships allow you to link tasks with tasks out of the list. That's a bit more advanced. We probably won't cover it in this course. Tasks are different kind of linking. So here you can just mention basically another task and create a quick navigation link to it. And then website allows you to enter a URL. Okay, so let's try creating a dropdown. Let's create one, we'll call it billing rate. So perhaps we bill at different rates for different tasks. So then our options might be, say, $20, $40, and $60. And this would all be per hour. Maybe we'll give them a color scale. So we'll make $20 kind of a lighter blue, 40 is a medium blue, and 60 is a darker blue. And that's it. Now, you can see that actually our custom fields haven't appeared here. If we click on a task, we can expand our empty custom fields here and see that we've got it, billable rate here. And actually, if we want to always see a custom field, even if it's not kind of going to be filled in, if we go to this add or edit fields here, we can actually choose to pin any one of these. So let's say we pin category, and then it'll always show up. That's the same interface as if we go into these three dots. We can pin from there as well. But now we want to see it on our list view as well. So custom fields, like any type of field, can be added and removed from list view. So if we go to this plus button here, we can see all of our existing fields on the left-hand side, and our custom fields are down the bottom. So we can add all of them to view so that we can see them really easily. So now we can see all of our custom fields, and we can edit them from here. And that's it for custom fields.
Before you go, I've got something for you. After using ClickUp for a while, you'll find that it starts to get cluttered, hard to use, and things can start falling through the cracks, even if you set it up really well. That's nobody's fault, it just happens. Cars need checkups to keep them running smoothly, and so does your ClickUp. What I have for you is the instruction manual on how. It's called the ClickUp Checkup, and it's a checklist of the things you need to do every 1 to 3 months that will prevent a whole swath of issues that start cropping up after you've been using ClickUp for about a year or so, sometimes sooner. So with it is a training video where I go through each of the checks myself so you can see exactly how I do it and why. A PDF with the checklist and quick reference instructions, and finally a ClickUp task template so you can instantly import all that directly into your ClickUp, have it recur each month or quarter with the checklist ready to go. Click the link in the description to get it now and prevent the headache of having the clarity you wanted from ClickUp turn into confusion. I'll see you on the inside.